Hey there YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you today with another Forget the Feed Store video. Today I'm going to be focusing on herbivores, and the herbivore that I have on my homestead is rabbits, as many of you know who follow the channel. And I went around and just got as many of these plants as I could that I give to my rabbits. Now these are not all the plants, these are just a few of the ones that can be given to rabbits and the ones that I give to my rabbits. So I've got this mother here that I've been doing some experimenting with on tractoring, and she's done well. She had babies. They are doing pretty good. They look healthy. Let's see if I can get one without it escaping on me here. Looking nice and healthy. Doesn't look like it has any kind of deficiencies in it. Been getting mostly just grass, been on pasture, and has got just a little bit of pellets here and there for your minerals. had a brain fart there on what I was trying to say. Your minerals and stuff like that. So just in case she's not getting the best, I did that. I also brought a lot of this fodder over here just to show everybody what I've got and some of the stuff you can give to your rabbits, but then also to give her some extra boost of stuff to help with her nursing babies and everything. Mila, don't poke at the babies, okay? And I wanted to just show y'all too something else about keeping these rabbits in tractors or just giving them a lot of fodder is that I filled this up yesterday morning, and you can see it's working, and she has only dropped the level to like right there, and it is hot out here. So I mean, your rabbits, once they get a good source of moisture, you're not going to have issues with them constantly, emptying their water bottles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all some of the stuff here. So we've got one that I don't commonly talk about, but is a viable food source. Now some of these I know to be more of a complete diet for rabbits, and so I'll mention which ones those are and which ones are more kind of just feeding here and there. So this is one that I feed here and there. This is a muscadine vine, so any kind of grape leaf stuff is good. So if you got grapes that you sometimes get a little wild and have to prune periodically, you can do that. And then you can also give muscadine. So she's getting the muscadine now. They like that pretty good. Now here's some of your smaller plants. I don't have dandelion on here because I couldn't find any dandelion, but they're real big fans of mint. Mint is another treat you can give. Oh, but almost made a boo-boo there. From what I've heard, you don't want to give the mint to nursing mothers. So I'm gonna give that mint to some babies or somebody else. So I'm not really sure what the reason is on behind that or if it's even true. So just do your own research on that. Here we've got some wild violet. They really like wild violet, which the pigs love wild violet as well. I'll probably throw that to them because she gets some of it right around here. And another one is plantain. These plantains leaves are really small. Plantains are really good medicinal, pretty good on the protein side too. And of course, if you follow the channel at all, you know about the willow. So willow is a huge one. They really love the willow. As you can see, she's already, taking it on. Willow is another one. Another one that's not commonly used is cattail. So cattails are also really good because they have a pretty good moisture content for the most part. And that's one you can feed to the rabbits as well. What else we got here? What I think is the absolute greatest fodder you can give to your animals is the mulberry. So I'm gonna put this mulberry here where she can graze on it as she gets done with those others. Probably hang the willow here too, just so that way she doesn't soil it too bad. And then another one, okay, so the mulberry would be more of a complete diet, the willow would be more of a complete diet, and kudzu is more of a complete diet. So rabbits really love kudzu too. You can see she's eating on the cattail there. I'm gonna see if I can't get her to eat some of the kudzu, just so y'all can see how palatable they are to the animals. And then here's another one is goldenrod. So I feed goldenrod, which this goldenrod's a little mixed with some Virginia spiderwort there. But a lot of times if you get, especially your more tender cuts of some of these plants, tend to be more palatable to the animals. There's of course the Virginia spiderwort. So you can do Virginia spiderwort. And it's a good plant. I don't know about as far as being a complete protein and all that good stuff, but comfrey's another good one. Comfrey, it's pretty palatable to the rabbits. If you got the Bocking 14, I've heard that the Bocking 4 is a little bit better, but the Bocking 14, they seem to eat it just fine. You can have issues if you feed comfrey too often. So I would do it like maybe max 3 times a week. I'm trying to go through these just as fast as I can because there's a lot of them and I want to talk a little bit about this stuff. So there's the comfrey, got it in there. I already took, I think, the Virginia spiderwort. Yeah, it's in there, so I'm just gonna throw her another piece anyway. She's eating on it. And another one is apple pruning. So anytime you've got to get some of those wild branches out of the way, it's a really good fodder to give to them as well. It's not one that I would have them solely feed on, but definitely a good treat. And last, which is the thing that struck the idea of doing this video for some of the Forget the Feed store, the mimosa here. This plant grows crazy all over the place. You can find it everywhere. And I had somebody recently comment on the channel talking about how they didn't know that you could give it to rabbits, and as soon as they found out on the video, they started feeding it to the rabbits. So I hope that today that has helped you, give you some more ideas for fodder for your rabbits. But it's a great way to go. This here's just an experiment doing the tractor, you know, to see how they do with parasite loads. She seems to be really healthy and doing well. Now I've got a buck that he doesn't seem to be doing too well. I'm wondering if it might have been just maybe not moving him often enough for the size cage. She's got a bigger cage. I've been moving this like crazy. So I'm moving him more and seeing how he's doing, or, you know, gonna do now that he's on a more frequent move. I would say at least once a day on moving your rabbits and doing as big of an enclosure as you possibly can. But anyway, we've got, those are the foods that you can give them. And I think that every homestead should have some kind of herbivore on the homestead, whether it be sheep, whether it be cows, whether it be rabbits. There's a lot of different herbivores out there to pick from. And if you've got an herbivore, that herbivore is taking that green material and turning it into meat. And there's so many things that you can do with that meat. You can eat that meat. The byproducts from it can be fed to animals. Just like what we talked about in the first episode of this little series, you know, feeding the chickens and the ducks some kind of meat product from, you know, your animals and everything. Which I will address that too real quick. I had in that first video some people talking about how they feed chicken to chickens and, you know, everything's just fine. That's great, you know, keep doing that or whatever. It's something I don't do just because I don't like making anything, you know, cannibal. I know it's not gonna have them have a taste for chicken or whatever, although I have seen that happen before. I've seen when some dominant stuff was going on, that there were chickens that they kind of they didn't just have a lust for chicken meat after that, but they killed a chicken and, you know, definitely ate the whole thing. So you know, you have that happen from time to time, but it's not really about that. It's just the trying to feed different animals to other animals. And I think most of the people that feed chicken to their chickens actually cook the meat. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing is raw. It's a whole lot easier just to take that stuff and mix it up raw with other stuff, or just give them the whole organs, or the organs whole, I should say. So yeah, that's something to really consider, is having some type of herbivore, because you can take all this green matter that you have that grows anyway and be able to channel it in to other feeds and getting other animals off of the feed store. They're a little more difficult to have higher protein needs. Another thing to think about is just all of your vegetables in your vegetable garden. There are tons of plants that you can feed to different animals, and some of them, you know, can go to pigs, some of them can go to rabbits. It just all depends. But think about doing that. And if you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you've got any questions or comments, drop those down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do so. I drop a video like this Monday through Friday, and I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.